Let us now continue. So, last time we left off, we got a lot of upgrades, specifically with purchasing things, but now we can just go hop right into Act 5 and get started, man. So the first step that we are going to be doing for the quest line is basically coming out to the control blocks. We're going to be going up and to the left. And we are looking for an item for a quest called the Miasmeter. There's actually two kind of areas that you'll go to. See if anything good. You know, he does have Grace, which grants us evasion, which is pretty dang good, but I really want that extra like 50% damage. We don't really need survivability, so we're gonna go ahead and we could just exile him. Get some extra stats here. Okay, wow, that was so fast. What about the currency? What? Oh, we exiled him, right. So if you exile him, I guess you don't even get the currency. We get anything. But now our character is just so incredibly powerful. Like, I can feel the character in terms of like how much more upgrades we've gotten. So here's the Miasmeter. If you see any of these broken areas in the fence, we can actually dash through them, which is very helpful because otherwise you got to walk all the way around, which will save you a couple minutes both ways. So you see how this is broken right here? We just go here, we get the Miasmeter. We take the Miasmeter to a NPC. But there's kind of two exits here. And then to the right side of the Miasmeter, let's look for a broken part in the wall, and then we can slip through. Again, we're just looking for a broken spot, and we can slip through once again. Very good stuff indeed. Also, I'll just move this thing out of the way because we don't need to go over the Twitch drops. But there is still the Twitch drops available. Hello, Monkers. How you doing, man? Just started. Just started. Okay, so we're going to kill the Justicar to get these eyes. You can't really miss them. It gives us the Eyes of Zeal. It's another, like, quest item. So we're going to go from the control blocks to Oriath Square, which is kind of like the main hub of the area for this act. Alright, there we go. Oriath Square. So once we get Oriath Square, and you do want the waypoint here, but you can't really mess it up. So this area has a lot of different things to kind of go out of. You don't need the control blocks waypoint, by the way. That is an optional. Is it morning time? I guess for some people, man, it's like I always stream super late. Sometimes some people are just waking up. All right, let's keep it going. Everything's just melting in one hit. We have so much overkill in DPS. Boom. And if you don't want to level up the skill skin, that's fine. Eventually we can do cast 1 damage taken and then just run another way to get it, which is when you take a certain amount of damage, it automatically applies, and you just run a level 1, and it makes it pretty easy. We're gonna actually go for the other bonus on HP, which is it's a small amount, it's 30 HP, but like it's something we're just gonna grab. Even though we have enough damage right now, we're still gonna get more damage, just so we can kind of upkeep the damage to be very high. So now we're gonna go get the waypoint for this area, although it's kind of optional. What we're looking for is the boss, which is Innocence. And we have this item, the Miasmeter, still to turn in, and that will give us a skill point. There's In Service to Science, which is this quest, that gives us this additional skill point. And then there's Kitava's Torments. So there's 2 skill point quests in here, and then the rest is pretty much just your main quest. Oh, that one froze us as soon as we opened it. I'm spamming my potion, by the way. If you ever get frozen, ooh, some nice little scrolls of wisdom there. How's our mana flask? Is this a better? Wait, you know what? That mana flask was actually, or that life flask was actually much better. But we wanted the. Oh, this one's better. We'll replace this one, and then also we want the upgraded mana flask. How much does this one give us? 179, 400. I mean, we pop 1, we're good. Oh, we need to reactivate our buffs. So I think we. Oh, do we move one of the auras? Precision. Ah, okay, we need to keep this one in. Dang, we don't have any room for it. Now, I don't have... Do I have any more? I have 9 Jeweler's Orbs here. We're going to go try to RNG and get another socket out of this one. So let's go do that, because I guess we moved some pieces of gear, obviously, and that affects this. All right, I'm going to put the lightning damage in here. And then we can also... Unlike PoE 1, what you can do is you can run multiple of the same gems. Like, in PoE 1... You can run multiple elemental damage with attacks, but in PoE 2, they don't actually let you do that. Let's get another socket in this, though, so I can run all the stuff that I want to run. Oh, 4 on the first try. Wow, lucky. All right, so we're going to run dash, and we also want precision. Where's precision? There we go. Now I have both of these active. And then the other thing I want to add into our build is called Sniper's Mark. I'm going to add it to our left click, and... What it does is it makes it so the enemies will take 10% increase damage from that. It'll last for a duration. It's like a curse. That's also considered a mark. But what we do want to try to get is mark on hit support. And then that way we don't even need to activate the skill. It's going to automatically activate. But we can also put it on our left click, which kind of makes it so it automatically activates too. The mark on hit only works... on the rare monsters, which is fine. It doesn't really matter. That's the only thing that you'd want it on anyways. But we're pretty much melting everything. The only way that we want this one to really be active during is for the bosses anyways. What it will do is it'll mark them, and it'll make them take more damage. So what do we have over here? Zealotry. This gives us extra crit strike transfer spells. Okay, let's grab this Instilling Orb. So we're going to take this item.
So you have chosen death.
Okay, let's go ahead and eliminate that target. Wow, it was so fast. Awesome. But yeah, over here we're just looking for the next zone, and then the next zone will lead us to a boss. It's actually quite large though. Wow, we were just moving so fast. I love it. And our build is really coming together right now. It was pretty good in the last act, but man, this one is like way faster, which is great. All right, going up to the top, go to the Chamber of Innocence, and so here we're just gonna go all the way around. This one's a very large area. That makes you do this giant loop. And level up the Sniper's Mark. This area is almost like a PoE 2 area, where it just feels really large. I'm going to go even more around the targets. Always pick up all the currency. We can actually use this as well. We can go upgrade this too, because it doesn't have anything. Oh, we have Corrupted Blood immunity. That's really good. And then also we can add another mod. Let's see. Increase to minions. I wonder if that counts our other one. These ones actually don't even have mods. We should add mods to these. If you hold shift, you can get more. You can also try to throw an augment. If it had room, it would add another mod to it. Like this, we can add another mod to it. We get hinders enemies with some movement speed. It's like whatever. It doesn't really add that much more, but if it only has one stat on a magic item, you can add another one. This one, oh wait, hold on. This is increased amount, but at the end of effect, we don't want that. That actually makes the item worse. We have reduced recovery rate, but we have instant recovery, and we have immunity to shock when we use it. But our helmet already gives us immunity to shock. But hello, Ash. What we're playing now is Lightning Arrow, but what we will transition into is either continuously playing with Lightning Arrow can be a thing, or we can go Ice Shot. Technically, anything that does elemental damage is totally a-okay. I like it because it's very, very flexible. Oh, did our Golem Buddy die? Also, if our Golem Buddy dies, we have to resummon him. But he can also get eliminated, he can also, yeah, he can get eliminated by you swapping gear and, like, you don't have the gem equipped anymore, which may have happened. So we're going to get this, and then we'll get the extra HP. Until we have, what's our accuracy is 2,100, so we're good to go. But you can see, again, this area is very, very large. We start off over here and do a giant go around. And now we go to the Sanctum of Innocence, and then we fight the boss. So he's going to talk for a second. What I'm going to do really quick right now is get another elemental damage with attacks, because we can get a bonus. Also, on one of the quests, I think it's the Eyes of Zeal here, we can actually grant ourselves extra armor if we want to. This one's could be okay to grab. I'm going to go grab this one that gives us armor for now. And then also, returning the Miasmeter, go to Valentia, and we can get a skill point book. There we go. So we're going to pop the skill point book, and then we can actually utilize this if we want to instead of another flask, because I really don't need 2 flasks for HP. At least right now I don't. Later maybe, but for now I think we're okay, and we're just going to get more HP. So again, we have we can get 2,000 HP, and we're still good. So we've basically just gotten like 75% survivability. And if you're wondering, what does the Granite Flask do? It gives us 1,500 armor, which will give us our physical damage reduction right now is 10%. But with an additional 1,500, it goes to 69% damage reduction from physical, which is very, very huge. It really is massive. Later, we will never have to push any of the flask buttons. Right now, I think our damage is so good right now that as long as we hit a target, the mana regen is like fine. We can also get what's called instant recovery on our mana flask. Or not flask, our mana on hit. And mana on hit works. But yeah, anyways, going back to what you're talking about, Ash, we will also try out the new ballista. There's like a couple items that we can mess around with. But as far as this boss goes, he does a similar laser where you just have to walk in a circle, but for the most part, this boss is so easy. I'll mention the things that are important. If we see any of these bubbles, you can get within melee range, and then that will actually eliminate them. But our Mercenary is so overtuned right now. Let's get most of the stuff done. Oh, I was going to get another support gem. I forgot to grab it. But it's fine. Look at the damage. Oh my gosh. For a boss, this is so fast. There was like a unique monster right there. You've been one shot by the Mercenary maps. They're so cracked. Yeah, I think that they're way overtuned, but like in both ways. Like they're probably too powerful for PvE, and they're too powerful for like trying to fight them. But I think that I would rather them be too powerful in both ways than like just weak in both ways, because then there's no point of the new season, right? Did we ever get a quiver upgrade? Oh, I think we did. Let's see if this one is an upgrade for us right now. Nope. We got increased damage with bow skills. We got 2 resistances. This is actually not that bad. Alright, so now it wants us to travel back through the Templar Courts. So, we gotta go out this way. Then this guy's gonna say, "What in damnation?" And then you just go through the Torch Courts. And now, we're kind of going backwards, but everything gets set on fire. So now we did the boss. Let's see, what does he got? You got anything good? I don't think there's really anything that we can get that would be actually an upgrade. So we're gonna pretty much always take this item. We could also go back to get that mark on hit. I actually kind of want that mark on hit. Because that will give us big damage, and then also elemental damage with attacks. The reason why it's probably better to get it now is because then you can start leveling up the gem. So we can do that. If you see any of these guys with the bubbles, you can just go within melee range and then just start shooting them. Yeah, I really want to try out the new ballista skill, because it summons, I think, like 4, I don't know actually what the limit is, but it summons like a bunch of ballistas around them in a circle. It's really cool, because then you don't have to like spam 4 ballistas, it just spawns all of them all at once, which is nice and helpful. But ever since they added Mana Forged Arrows, I can never not stop, like I can't not stop playing this class. The reason why is because Mana Forged Arrows makes it so once you use a certain amount of mana, you just get an ability. Like you can get free frenzy charges, you can even get power charges, you can get pretty much all the charges except for endurance. Endurance, probably some way to get it, but this might be kind of gimmicky. But now what we're gonna do, because everything's on fire, is we're gonna be going to the bottom left from here. But we do ideally want to get the waypoint here. The waypoint's pretty much always in the same spot. We're gonna grab this extra HP. It's 30 extra HP. Even though it says 30, you'll see we're going to get way more than 30, Roger. Because 30 HP would be, I don't know, what is that? What is it? Oh, I got the calculator off this. Alright, hold on. What is it? 1488 plus 30. It should be 1518, right? But all these extra percent life nodes, where it says like 10% increased life, they all add up. And then we've actually gained so much more. So in reality, we didn't actually just gain 30 HP, because if I subtract that from, oh gosh, what was it? 1488. We got 1539. 15. Yeah, 39. It's 51, so it's almost double the amount of HP. So it's very nice. Had to bust up the calculator to see what the actual difference was, though. Alright, we want to go ahead and take this on. Ooh, these are all really good. Oh, wait. Hold on. I kind of liked having... Well, right now, we have, like, the bubble, and we have the extra, like, lightning, though. It's really not bad. We have a level 44 compared to our... 38. I actually really like this, but it doesn't really add more damage. Let's go ahead and just take this item, because it does give us 3 fusers, which is basically 1 chaos orb. It's actually a pretty big amount. So, but that character is very good too. Want to get more of the summoner with the giant minion. Okay, so important thing, we get the waypoint here. And now we are in the ossuary. So the ossuary has a quest item that we do need. Let's move that out of the way. I don't think we need this. We don't need this either. We have a lot of garbage. They're basically our older items that we no longer need. We actually did get a pretty decent jewel, though. I don't remember where it went. Is it 8? Sometimes people actually do want attributes, especially if it's like 2 different attributes. So, inside of the ossuary, there is an item that we need. Go down here.
Did House Kayaksen send you? Want to test
Ooh.
the Kayaksen?
Oh, stacked decks can be worth some stuff. Ooh, take item. Let's get the stacked decks. Oh, she's tanky. Ooh, that's really good. Let's see what these are worth. And I have a program installed now called Awakened Path of Exile Trade. It's a really cool application that lets us engage in the ability to see if certain items are worth anything. All you need to do really is get the crafting recipe, and then you're good to go. The exit's so close, it's almost just worth it just to walk, just so you don't have to wait for the load screen. By going in the portal, then going back, you know. But now that we have this item, it's going to be used for a quest. And then we are going to go and get Kitava's Torments done after. Yeah, we're going to get Kitava's Torments. Valenta's Vengeance is like later. Yes, there is another quest here somewhere. Should be in like the right side. I want to say, where we get like these 3 items. Hopefully we have room. Might not have room for it actually. I have to make some room for it. But anyways, I was saying I had this program to scan an item, and it'll tell me what they're worth. They're about worth a chaos orb each. So if that's 5 chaos orbs, let's go ahead and lock in and list them right now. Wow, this thing is like crazy tanky. Wow, genuinely perplexed on how that thing was that tanky. Because, like, the boss, it was tanky because we're only allowed to do so much damage before it has, like, a shield, and we have to do its mechanic. But very, very tanky enemy over there for sure. Hello, Kira. Okay, there's like a boss here. We can kill him. Are you playing the new League, Akira? Alright, there's another hideout. If you want to unlock another hideout, that's an option. But what we're actually looking for is an area over here. Yes, the reliquary. There's 3 items that we need to actually grab here. We may need to actually go back real quick so I can get rid of some stuff in my inventory. I got too much. We got too much junk. Do I have a POB? Yes, Rich, no problem. If you want the POB, I actually have here. I'll link it in the chat here. So yeah, I have the POB for Well, I have that. If you want like this full walkthrough, we're actually doing a full walkthrough right now. So if you want to, you can follow along. We're gonna grab the green jewel just to see if we can get anything good. And we can talk to the NPC. He'll give us an item. I don't really want any of the items. You can always claim your rewards later, by the way. I was hoping that we can maybe get something good. Let's see, off a jewel, then we can get the jewel socket. But we don't really need this one. It's like poison and cold. Sometimes people do make really weird builds. So you never know, like they're making a totem that they need cold damage and poison damage. So you never know sometimes. What I usually do is I make a stash that's like offer like 1 chaos, and I just throw a bunch of stuff in there, and then like if anyone like bites basically, then I just go back and we do it through there. Like I throw in a bunch of items that I don't know if they'll sell, but you never know. Again, maybe we'll get someone that wants these. But yeah, so we can go. Oops. Oh, there we go. Someone instantly wants to buy this item. Let's go check what the price is. Oh, it looks like that. So if you list an item and it is too cheap, you'll see like that guy immediately whispered me as soon as the item went in. He's using like a bot or he has some sort of alert. And so the item, if I use my scanner tool, it tells me that it's like 3 chaos. But let's see if we can list it for 3. And if someone whispers me, we can come back. And this way we can get some more upgrades here. So now that we've done that, let's go ahead and now go back into the reliquary. The reliquary has an item that we need. You don't have your PC. We need to get you a Steam Deck. Oh, so someone wants to buy this. Can we scan it with this? Doji's. Oh, this item is too cheap too. So it's really easy, and he knows more than likely. Like you don't have to whisper them and tell them, that, I'm sorry, this item's worth way more. So we can go back to this, and then we're going to reprice it. So we're going to grab this item, and then you can see again, it's listed for, we can maybe get 8 chaos for it. So we're going to go negotiable price, 8 chaos, or boom, it's done. And again, we don't have to engage in trade. It's just trying to show you guys the trade mechanics, and people usually understand that if they list, and that's why, whoops, we were in the wrong area. That's why a lot of people won't respond when you try to buy the lowest like item, and the reason why is because they're just throwing all the stuff just like I did, just in a tab, and then they wait for someone to whisper, and then they price it. That's just the reality of the game. So if you're wondering why people don't respond, okay, this guy's buying it for 3 chaos orbs. So instead of just making a quick sale for like 1, which I could have done, like it's really not that big of a deal, it's not a huge amount. But now I'm going to go ahead and go back, and we are going to go back to town, and then we'll go ahead and trade with him. And we're going to go grab the item out, and then it's going to say, well, once he comes back into town, because he also, oh, it's the wrong area. We can do an experiment. He's taking his sweet time. Maybe we'll just go to him over here. Then we're going to go trade. And then we're going to go throw in the item. He's going to give us our 3 chaos orbs. We can just control click, and then that's it. The transaction is done. Oh. And then we can leave the party. We're going to go back into town. And then if you want to, you can say thank you too. Like I usually don't care. The reason why is, and people understand. Oh, I didn't even get the waypoint back. Or the portal. I thought we made a portal. It's all good though. Oh, it's because I think we maybe went to like his instanced zone. Anyways, we still need to get a few items. So now we have a couple chaos orbs, which is great. Oh yeah, I swear I had a portal and it just... Okay, we're fine. Passive skill point. Okay, so we got the... we could get this too to get an extra frenzy charge, because every single frenzy charge in this game gives us more damage. We could also look at getting movement speed, even though it's only 3%. Like these two in total are 9%. It also gives us what's called spell suppression, and we will max out spell suppression. But just any amount of movement speed is actually pretty good. It's one of the best stats in the game that's overlooked by a lot of the casual side of the game, and the reason why is you're getting more stuff cleared out faster, and you're able to get to targets faster. So in theory, we are getting more DPS and we are getting more survivability. Movement speed is a big premium in the game. We're missing one last thing. We need the hair. There's 3 items in the reliquary. We get all 3, and then we move on. There it is. That's the last piece. And then we get to deliver them. And if we want to get some upgrades, we could probably get some upgrades, but I think our character is so smooth. Until I'm not one-shotting things, I'm just going to keep going. So I can zoom. And then we also have an extra skill point over here. And like I said, we're going to get this extra movement speed. This one does give us extra spell suppression. And what spell suppression is it gives us... Oh, right now, by the way, we're going to go back to Ruin Square in the middle, because we have the item that we need, which is the Sign of Purity. So on the quest over here, it'll tell us to, well, actually it doesn't really tell us exactly where to go, but we go over here from the waypoint and go up to the left. But yeah, we don't need any upgrades right now until we get to the point where we're not one-shotting. What is my build? This is Lightning Arrow, Akira. So Lightning Arrow, and then we may convert into Ice Shot. And I say maybe because I don't know what the new boss is like. Some bosses that spawn in adds, Ice Shot is actually superior by a long shot. But what we can do with Mana Forged Arrows, there's a lot of cool things that we can do with it. We can actually apply the shock. So how it works is Lightning Arrow does less raw damage than Ice Shot. Ice Shot pretty much does like one of the highest DPSs in the game. But since Lightning applies what's called shock, the enemies will then take more damage, so then it actually makes it more powerful, if that makes any sense, because it applies a debuff, which they can take up to, well, if a target would survive. We can check the numbers. I'll check the numbers, but I believe it's up to 50. Okay, so we have 33%, 42% more damage, 44% more damage, which is a pretty big amount. But what we can do is we can make the Ice Shot get the benefit of the shock by putting Mana Forged Arrows. There's a lightning skill that makes it so they take more lightning damage. Like you run Lightning Arrow with it, but there's another support mod that makes it so it counts as you dealing more damage to apply in the shock category. Let's go ahead and... Oops. No, okay. I was going to take the item. I was going to take the ball orb. Oh, well, he's doing some damage. Okay. But we actually have another skill point. So at this point, you can decide what you want to go for. Do you want more HP? If you want to, you can round off this one. You're probably going to get most of the life nodes anyways. It's normal to get a couple thousand life. Like in PoE 1, about 4,000 life is pretty good. I know in PoE 2, like 2k HP is kind of like the average-ish that you're going to be getting. But we can get more accuracy if we want to, just to upkeep it. We can get these hits treat the resistance value is inverted. That's actually a pretty massive thing that you can get. We don't actually have exposure right now, but we can get more HP here. I actually like these set of nodes that grant Onslaught is actually a pretty nice one. It's so close to the point where I think we could actually grab this, and I think it's worth it. It does make the game much faster. So what Onslaught does is it grants you 20% increased attack speed, cast speed, and movement speed. And on kill, we have a 10% chance if we kill anything. I'm going to go grab it right now, because there are defensive nodes. It gives us evasion and armor. We don't get too much armor in our build, but it's basically just for that. And there's also... extra spell suppression if we've hit an enemy recently. So as long as we deal damage, that 15% is pretty massive in terms of a number stat. Plus we can actually get the mastery here, where where is it? We can get immunity to poison or bleed if we want to. We can actually get increased evasion rating per frenzy charge, and then we can get more frenzy charges. I'm gonna go for this onslaught because it's offense and defense at the same time, and I really like getting like these hybrid nodes. So the little staff that we have, we put it in here. So I need it. You can put Ice Shot on Mana Forge. Oh, I mean that's an idea. Fire, but the reason why I would do a 6-link Ice Shot, right? We could do 6-link Ice Shot because it does more raw damage. It's Mana Forged arrows, and then like there's a very specific lightning skill that makes them take. It's like I think it's a galvanized arrow. I know there's a combo where you can make it so it shocks as though dealing like 300% damage, and then you also run lightning arrow as a one. Well, it's
Expected.
Okay. If we die, whatever, go back in. It doesn't really matter. It's no big deal. Wow, his slam does a lot of damage. Didn't really pay attention to it, I guess. I thought we were inside of the bubble. I guess the line didn't count. I don't know. But watch out for the slam attack. Looks like we will get one-shotted by it. But again, if you die, you just go back in. It's no big deal. You lose maybe 2-3 seconds in progress. That's why a lot of people that play this game, they opt to go almost all in the offensive category, because if you die during the boss, it's really not that big of a deal. Unfortunately, we died during his like death animation. Don't stand in any of the red stuff. It will do big DPS apparently. But yeah, it's much better just to go all in damage. Even though we should be able to pretty much complete this without dying. It's gonna take a sweet time.
The flame of hope may flicker,
And
but
then
it cannot be extinguished.
he gets saved. You actually failed this anyways. But now we talk to Sin, and he's gonna say we gotta go to Ray class, and then we're gonna get a bunch of extra gems. So you can see that whole act was half an hour. Like we absolutely blazed through it. But now we're gonna go to Ray class over here, and since this one is super short, I'm gonna also include like once we get to this act. This is technically an optional quest, but I'm gonna say that it is pretty good, and it's so fast to do anyways. So from the start here, we're gonna go to the left to Twilight Strand, and you might notice that's the area that we actually started off in when we were level 1. So how it works in the Path of Exile 1 campaign, you actually go back in time, but the actual, ooh, this has haste. That's kind of nice, and has Poacher's Mark. That's kind of nice, but we are going to take the item here because I really do like the NPC that we have right now with a little bubble. It's great. We have the bubble. We have like a debuff. So in the Twilight Strand here, we're just killing all the enemies. If you've ever played Diablo 2, think of it like the Den of Evil. There's always going to be like one straggler running around, and you got to find them. It happens every single time. Oh wow, that thing melted so fast. Super fast. Wow, the NPC just one-shot that thing too. I'm actually so happy that this NPC is like so godly. And now we are on the quest to find out where's the last enemy.
Wrath and code. You beat me, you claim it.
Okay. Did we get it completed? Nope. It's one enemy. Oh, there we go. Nice. We're done with this. Now we can go back, and that's going to wrap up part 5, which is Act 5. Now we're on Act 6. But the reason why we do this quest, which is technically an optional quest, is it gives us access to a bunch of gems. But we're not done yet because, well, it gives us access to the gems in a moment. We also have currency exchange now. So if I want to try to get certain items, so like if I want to say, let's say, get Chaos Orbs, and I have Orb of Fusings, we can see if I want, let's say, one of these is worth 2.45. So if I want 2 of these, it's going to put that I need, I guess, well, the market ratio is 1, Chaos Orb is 2. But if I want, let's see, 3, let's see what this ratio is. Sometimes it does change the ratio. So if you place the order of 1-1, it won't work. The best thing to do is always reset it and then just put in what you have, and it should auto do it. So let's say, well, it's 1.2. So let's say I want Chaos Orb, and then I have Orb of Fusing. How many do I have, actually? Oh, I have a currency stash tab. But, like, this is an easy way for you guys to convert your currency. I have 3. Oh, 4. So if I have 4 here, we can pretty much only get 1 or 2. Let's see. So we go currency exchange. This is like a newer thing that got added in, and I actually love this. This is so good. So if I have 4 over here, I don't think we're going to get 2, because it's like the ratio is 2.25. So if we had 5 fusers, we could definitely get 2, if that makes any sense, because the market ratio would fit that amount, but I don't have 5 over here, so I can't get it. Now you can always go to some NPCs. Let's see if this one has it. Like, I can get a fuser for 4 jewelers, and then just for the sake of doing this, I'm going to do this, and then that way I can go like successfully use the currency exchange here. So this is pretty much the ratio. So if I do this and go place order, I'll automatically get my 2 Chaos Orbs. So now, boom, I got 5 Chaos Orbs. I can get 2 Tessalio's Sign if I wanted to. I could also lock in. Let's see if I can. Oh, that's unfortunate. I do not have the strength requirements. So what we could do, instead of pathing over here, oh, actually, I just need 1 strength node, right? So I can get this 1 strength node right here. And after I get the 1 strength node, I can lock in and get a upgrade, which I'm going to get Prism Weave, which is going to give us so much more DPS. So we're going to go a lock in, since I have 5 Chaos Orbs, and we managed to finish this one pretty fast. It was like 30 minutes. But we're going to go to the Path of Exile trade website. And again, this is optional, but I'm going to do this for the sake of showing off everything. This way you guys can see how it works. So we're going to type in Prism Weave. This thing's going to go crazy with DPS. Now I'll show you guys how much it adds on the next one. But the high roll that you really want to look out for, because honestly the rolls aren't really like that big in variance in terms of all the damage ones, which is kind of the reason why you want this. It's specifically getting this elemental resistances to roll as high as possible. So if I lock in like 1 Chaos Orb over here as what I'm willing to pay, and I just click on this, it's going to sort it by the highest. Ideally, we look for a corrupted one, and we will hopefully get a stat that is good. So we're going to go corruption, yes. Lots of items that are kind of like low level get corrupted. This one's kind of cool, but I don't really benefit off of it. So we can corrupt it ourselves and maybe brick the item, and we can do that for fun. So let's go to corrupted and just put any. This way, let's see if we is the best one corrupted, or okay, the best one's already corrupted. So I can get a corrupted one. What it means by corrupted is you can't really modify the item anymore, but this one's like fine. I'm just gonna grab this one because it has 1 more resistance. It's small, but hey, the extra resistance, it may matter. He just listed it 2 minutes ago, so maybe we can get it. We're going to also whisper this guy, because we can get this one and then just corrupt it ourselves to see if we get something better. Sometimes you get something good, sometimes you don't. Okay. This guy's 1 chaos. Wait, do I even have... I don't know if I have a Vault Orb, but it can give you something that is useful, so it's always fun to kind of corrupt items yourself, but I don't have a Vault Orb. We'll maybe do it later then. But I'm going to show you guys how much more damage this will actually add. So for the sake of this, I'm going to unspec out a skill point. I don't know if we've actually talked about that yet. But what we're going to do is we will unspec out of a skill point. Oh, we're going back to Act 6. Okay. So what we're going to do is we will remove... Oh, where it's fine. We already got another one anyways. He'll understand it. So what I'm going to do... Oh, I need that passive. Okay, well, let's go remove a different... Can I even remove anything at this point? All right, maybe we'll just level up and then we'll get it after, and then I'll show you how much more damage. The reason why is I was going to remove this one to grab that one, but obviously it's path towards it, so I can't. I'd have to remove something else, which there's nothing that I want to remove right now. We could definitely remove this, but it's good. I'm not too worried about it. We can even actually path this. No, we can't path this way yet. We can grab a couple of these nodes here. It's not bad at all, but I think we're okay for now. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this Prism Weave. Actually, you'll still see the DPS increase. So I can still show you it. Alright, this is the whole point of this. So you can see we have 14,000 damage now. And if we equip this belt, we go to 15. So it's a big upgrade, and this is not even counting this. And this over here is giving us increased effect of lightning ailments that we apply. So in theory, our damage actually gets to be way higher. And again, when we activate our flask, we also get another 30% damage. So it's a big upgrade. We lose out on some HP, but it's 100% fine. I'm just going to lock in that extra strength, and then we'll be even more powerful. Now, we can also get another upgrade on our helmet here. On our helmet, we also, by the way, lose out on resistances as we progress. But once we get Prism Weave in, it, be a little bit closer. However, I do want to show you guys another great helmet. It always defaults to Path of Exile too, because I go to that one a lot. Anyways, we can look at Star Konja's. This is a really good helmet to grab, because it gives us a bunch of HP. Very nice helmet, but we could also just lock in like another helmet that just gives us a bunch of HP life. So we can go to max life. Let's check out our level 2. So we're level 48, so let's go to level, let's say like 50, and then we want like, let's say like 80 HP, and then we type in resistances. This way we can still get a bunch of resistances, and that's the only stat I really care about. Probably also should go to item category, go to helmet, and then also we can make sure that it's evasion based. This is going to be important for a node that we will take later, but also our requirements in terms of gear will heavily be based on how much strength and stuff that we have. Ideally, we do not get anything that requires more int than we have, because I've got 36. So if I go to int, maximum 36, and then we can go ahead and hit search, because I probably won't reach the requirements for that. So I also want to go and say that I only want to spend 1 Chaos Orb, and then just give me as much HP as possible, or maybe I want as much evasion rating as possible. So we can lock in whatever we want. Look at this. This gives us 600 evasion rating. That's great. And it gives us accuracy for 1 Chaos Orb, giving us extra lightning res too. That could be something to consider. It also gives us int. That's a great thing. This is giving us 39 life per second. That's not bad either. Again, it's kind of up to you and what you're looking for. Yeah, that's a good amount of evasion rating, actually. What is our current helmet? Oh, I also want to get Sniper's Mark for something later, which will be kind of cool to mess around with. But yeah, this thing could definitely be replaced, as we can get way more value by grabbing something else. Or maybe I just want to lock in as much resistances as possible. I'm just going to type in 5, so I'll have some sort of total resistance here. And look at this. For 1 Chaos Orb, I can get this thing over here that gives us 91 resistances. That's like really massive. Ideally, we don't get a corrupted one if I do want to modify it. But yeah, this is a really good item. It's got a bunch of stats. We'll probably end up getting that one, because there's really nothing that's going to come close to that. This one does give us 18% accuracy, which is great, but the amount of stats is really good. Unless we see something that's even better than that. We can also lock in, since we are evasion based. Let's see if we can get something that's any more than 400. Like that's a pretty good amount already. And then we can go to this resistance and type in total. We want minimum 80 to all the resistances, and oh, there's only 1. Okay, cool. Well, we'll whisper this guy, see if we can get an upgrade on our helmet. And then also we can maybe look at bows. So we're going to go lock this in. Hopefully this guy will respond. We'll keep this tab open. Sometimes I want to play this game, I have like 500 tabs open. But this is a good item too. It requires level 60, I guess. So I'm going to have to level up. Did he send us? No. Sometimes, again, they're not going to send an invite. So next thing that I want to do is lock in a better bow. So we're going to go bow. And then we're going to go to, we're going to only pay 1 Chaos Orb. And then also go to DPS. Even though ours is really good, since I haven't played since last night, there's a lot more new items that will appear. So we want to get as much DPS as possible on a bow. And then we're going to sort them by the DPS. And right now we have 700. Our last one, I think, was like 500 DPS. But now we are looking at 700 DPS. Now, keep in mind, this is going to require maybe a different level. So we can also change this. So we can go to level requirement. We get 48. So we can do like maybe 52. Let's see what comes up over here for DPS. We have 600. So it is an upgrade. It does have a high lightning, which is pretty good, and which is all I care about. And it is a highborn bow, so it has what's called a implicit of elemental damage. That's pretty good. I think that will probably be the one that we lock in. Now, if I want to check my DPS, my Awakened Peewee trade does do it. So it's 524. Even though you might not think it's a lot, like another 100 DPS, it is definitely great. And it also leeches some extra as mana, so that's another benefit. This one does give us pretty nice accuracy, but I'm pretty solid overall. I don't think it's bad to grab this one. For 1 Chaos Orb, it's definitely an upgrade. We can even get this one as an upgrade, so if that guy doesn't respond, we can get this one over here. But ideally, we just have high lightning damage. That's kind of what I'm looking for. We're going to whisper this guy as well, see which one bites. And then our armor is pretty hard to beat. to be honest. Looks like that guy with the helmet never responded, by the way. So let's go lower this resistance to like 70 and see what comes up. Okay, we got a corrupted one. I really don't like having corrupted items because it really messes with if I want to move like a certain socket, makes things a little bit more painful. So let's reduce the amount of evasion and see if we can get something a little bit better here. We still only have 2. Okay, total resistances. Let's go to 50. And also we can reduce the HP. Okay. Let's go to total resistances. Oh, that was the AFK one. That was the corrupted one. We have evasion rating, and it's got a big chunky 100 HP. That'll be a really nice thing to have. This one gives us 30 dex. Remember, accuracy is tied to dexterity, so this one's actually pretty good. This one has more evasion, has reduced attribute requirements, which doesn't really matter here, but it's giving us a bunch of resistances. This one already has 4 sockets, so I'm gonna go ahead and lock in that one if we can. We're still waiting for the bow people to reply. It looks like those ones may be sold. At this point, it's a pretty low amount of DPS increase because we're at 524. So if these two don't respond, it's fine. We don't have to hit them up. But we could also get this one. I definitely do want an upgrade on my helmet just to get extra survivability as we progress. That will be definitely something to consider. Our gloves are pretty hard to beat for the amount of attack speed that is given, but since we don't have a bow upgrade here, we could lock that in. So we're going to still keep the level about 52. And then for gloves, we can go for max life. Again, we're looking for like at least like 50 to 80. And then attack speed. And then also you could get like flat damage to attacks. Lightning damage to attacks. Let's see. Oh, you know what? They might actually consider it. It might just be like lightning damage. I think is how it's worded. No? Oh, we're looking at bow. That would be probably why we need to look at gloves. But I think it's added lightning damage to attacks is actually the correct one. There we go. Okay, so we also want to make sure that the things are evasion based. So I'm just going to put 100 or put like 50 evasion. And then we also want to make sure that the requirements do not have an int requirement. So maximum like 30. Otherwise, we literally can't use them. So you can see over here, we can get some HP. We can also type in resistances. You'll see that this is a very common thing where like we're looking for items with life and resistances. And if it does not have those, well, 5 chaos res is basically a non-stat. 20 is at least 1 resistance. Okay, this is a pretty decent one. It only requires, it's a low requirement, but we get extra attack speed, we gain life, and we gain int. So this one could be okay. Yeah, it's kind of mid to be honest, but in this stage, what's the damage on this one? 1 to 43. I mean, we are getting 80 extra HP, so the benefit is 80 extra HP, but we lose out on, what is it, 28? No, 18. We lose out on 18 attack speed, but we get some cold damage. Is it worth it? It's like fine. We can keep what we've got. I really wanted to get a helmet upgrade though, but it looks like both of those didn't respond. Now, this one's okay as well. I'm gonna grab this one if we can. See if we can get this one. This one's giving us like 30 life regen's not bad. This one has 2 resistances. Can maybe shoot for this one as well. And that will pretty much round it off. Once we get this, once we get the item, we'll be good to go. Finally, I mean, it just took a while. And again, this happens. It's very often in Path of Exile where no one responds to trade. They're all busy doing their maps. And what happens is they list something for a price, and then they don't want to go back because they're already in the area. Like they're doing bosses, they're doing maps. They don't want to sit here and get small amounts of currency. But at that point, just remove the item because you're just going to get whispers. But this is really great that it has this like link here. But remember how I was talking about getting an extra gem here. So when we do this quest, we will get a.
Farewell.
Is there? I think we have to continue to get Lily back in, and then we can purchase the gem. But if we want to check where do we get like a certain gem, right? Because I wanted Mark on Hit Support is the name of it. If you go to the PoE wiki, you can just go over here and I'll tell you where you can get it. So if we do Eternal Nightmare, Petrus and Vanja, or the quest that we just did, Lily will have it, but Lily doesn't come into town until you do another quest. But there's going to be probably other things that we'll want from her. But we can go back to Act 4, and we can actually get the thing right now. I just want to do it right now so we can have it ready to go. So we're going to go here and go mark on hit. So we want to run mark on hit with sniper's mark. So we want these all linked. So we want, we can put mark on hit and sniper's mark. We want these together. They have to be linked, otherwise it does not work. And then we're good to go, and we can continue. But I also want that, like, elemental damage with attacks. Oh, dang, it's not here. So if there's a certain one that you want, you can also always go back to the library. Although, I think you need the thing in your inventory in order to trade with him, which is really annoying. Hopefully we have whatever it is. So we also wanted to get elemental damage with attacks, and it requires an alteration. So now our siege ballista, you can see, has 5,000 DPS. Boom. Now it's 5,900. So basically, a little bit of a DPS increase over there. Okay, so now that we've gotten a lot of upgrades, we got the sniper's mark on hit. We no longer need to cast sniper's mark. It will automatically cast it for us as soon as it is targeted. There's also a cool combo with cast when damage taken. I don't have enough room to throw it in right now, but that is something else that you could consider. We can also lock in this, and our resistances will be a little bit better. We're going to lose out on some lightning res, but I think that that will be overall better. Oh, we need to have this a certain color. Okay, so it's fine. We have a blue that we don't need, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab our colors, and since this is all evasion based, our chances of getting greens are much higher. So boom, it's a pretty easy one to hit. So we need sniper's mark and mark on hit to be together. And if we had room, we could run that second wind too. But we're just gonna, for now, we're gonna swap these once we get the next level, because we're gonna get the extra strength node. But that's gonna wrap it up for part 5, Act 5. Act 6 will be very soon. GG's.